Some bonds break long before the paper does. When my mother was 18, she ended up pregnant from a one-night stand. She made it crystal clear she didn't want a baby. She didn't want an abortion either, so she started talking about giving me up for adoption until my grandparents stepped in. They offered to adopt me themselves, but my mother had demands. She wanted to sign away her parental rights completely, just in case my grandparents ever faced money problems. She didn't want any responsibility. My grandmother, heartbroken that her daughter would abandon her own son, agreed and decided to raise me as her own. Growing up, I knew about my biological mom. I spent years desperate for a relationship with her. I tried contacting her 13 times before I turned 11. Each time, I was ignored. Eventually, I got the message. She didn't want me. I decided to stop chasing someone who didn't want to be caught. I loved my grandparents more than anything. They never once tried to keep me from reaching out to her. They sacrificed their savings so I could attend college without needing a part-time job. They gave me the kind of love my mother never could. By 22, she was a ghost to me. I knew she had married someone across the country, but she had never once tried to reach out. Not for my birthdays, not for my graduations, not once. I focused on building my own life instead. Some friends and I noticed our town didn't have an auto parts store, so after we graduated, we opened one. Business boomed. Eventually, we bought out the 2 local car dealerships. I poured my heart into it, wanting to succeed not just for myself, but so I could repay my grandparents 100 times over. I dreamed of sending them to see the world, all the experiences they missed because they chose me. Life was good. I met the love of my life. We made some dumb investments that somehow paid off thanks to sheer dumb luck. Everything was finally falling into place. And then, she called. It was an unknown number. I thought it might be a client. It wasn't. It was her. She asked how I was. I stayed cordial, keeping my answers short. I didn't hate her. I just didn't feel anything at all. When she asked to meet, I agreed. A small part of me, buried deep, still wondered if it was ever too late to try. At the restaurant, she looked much older, much wearier than the photos I had once searched for. She started off telling me how proud she was that I was doing well, but it didn't take long to get to the real reason she was there. She'd recently gotten divorced, no alimony because of a prenup, and she'd cheated on her ex-husband anyway. She was struggling to find a job. That's when she told me, like it was the most casual thing in the world, "I'm going to need around $12,000 to secure an apartment. I'll send you my bank details. Just make sure to send the money before the weekend." I stared at her, stunned. For a full minute, I didn't say anything. Then, calmly, I told her she couldn't just expect a stranger to hand over thousands of dollars. She argued that I was her son and had a responsibility to help. I looked her straight in the eye and said, "I stopped being your son the day you signed away your rights." I told her that if she had ever tried, even once, to rebuild a relationship with me, things might be different, but she hadn't. She called me rude, rebellious. She even had the nerve to blame my grandparents for the way they raised me. Finally, she threw a glass of water in my face before storming out. Later that night, she still had the audacity to send me her bank information. I didn't just block her. I wanted her to learn. I texted her that I only had cash, but if she was willing to drive 4 hours to a small town, I could give her $15,000 in person. She eagerly agreed. When she got there, my friend handed her a briefcase full of Monopoly money. She didn't open it until she got home. She tried calling me, but by then I had already blocked her for good.